My name is Amy Gilbert, but when I served, my last name was Six, so Amy Six. And I served in the Germany Hamburg mission from 2009 to 2010. And I was part of the last group of missionaries to leave that mission before it was dissolved and split up between Berlin and Frankfurt. So it's kind of sad that it doesn't exist anymore, but the cities still exist, the members still exist, the experiences still exist, and the opportunities to find new people and to teach and to grow still exist. So that's cool. I was the only sister to travel to Hamburg, Germany at the time, and there were, I think, 5 elders with me. So they were all pretty good, pretty protective of me. It was a really, really long flight. We went from Salt Lake to Atlanta, I think, and then from Atlanta we connected to a flight to go over to Paris, and from Paris we got on a flight to fly into Hamburg. So going through the Paris airport, we were really prepped for it by our MTC teachers. They told us that we needed to pay attention to specific signs and things like that. But our travel leader, Busha, he did a great job, and he kept us on track and got us to our gates, and everything went smoothly. And I even remember the flight from Atlanta all the way over to Paris. We had like the same crew, of course, because you don't change crew in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. But there was one of the flight attendants. He was a guy. He was really friendly and really nice and just really looked after us and stuff like that. And I remember working up the nerve to give him this simple pass-along card with the church's website on it. But I did before I got off the plane, and that was my very first out of the MTC mission experience or missionary experience. And it was something so simple, but I remember being so nervous about it, and that feeling never really went away. I got a little bit more comfortable with my nerves the longer I was out on my mission, but any time that I went to approach someone that I didn't know, always kind of made me nervous, and always kind of, I always had to prep myself and come up with conversations or opening lines to start a conversation with someone that I had never spoken to before. And I think that's fairly common. I think a lot of people do that, where they have a couple phrases on hand that they use to start up random conversations on the street with people. Because it's really hard to go from, hi, how you doing, to let's talk about religion. It's nice to have things that you can just use to connect, so you can get the conversation started as to what you're actually doing there and things like that. So my mission president was President Wes Thompson, and he was amazing. He was just fantastic and full of love, and he had this catchphrase that he would give us every interviews and every zone conference, and anytime we met with him, he would always tell us, give him heaven. So that was kind of the attitude of our mission, is that what we were doing is we were trying to get people to come unto Christ so that they could go to heaven, and we wanted to give him heaven. And he was just an awesome man. He is an awesome man. He's still alive. So anyway, and Sister Thompson, his wife, Becky Thompson, was just the best mission mom I could ever hope to have. She was so sweet and so loving, and everyone just loved her. And she is so sweet and so caring, and they were the perfect mission president and mission mom for me. So then my first city that I served in was Hanover, and my trainer was Jensen Taylor, and she was a riot. She trained me for 2 transfers, although I guess technically you're only trained for 1 transfer, but I was with her for 2, and then she went home. So I had her on the tail end of her mission. But something that our mission did, it was really, really awesome. So everyone calls new missionaries greenies. That's like the slang term for them or whatever. But in our mission, we were called Goldens. And President Thompson said that the reason why we were Goldens is because new missionaries were so excited and had such an energy about them and such a drive to go out and do the work, that everything they touched was golden and everything that they did was golden. And so the trainers that we had were invited to use that golden energy to expand the work in those cities. So I was a golden for 2 transfers. And Sister Taylor was awesome. She was funny and she was supportive and she was just fun to be around. And she didn't have a problem with talking to people. She would talk to anybody and she would answer any questions. And she loved the German people. She loved them a lot. And so that was a great start to my mission. I really enjoyed that.